Live streaming has birthed some of the most despicable human beings the internet has ever seen. Before we get into these cases, I have to warn you, we're gonna get into some stories about depraved streamers who will do anything for views. Drink tea, stay hydrated. This is gonna be a banger, yo. In March of 2023, police were called to a Twitch streamer's house to investigate a possible disturbance. Upon entering the residence, police were overwhelmed by a strong smell coming from the bedroom. Cries could be heard from the officer's body cam of a mother grieving the death of her 2-year-old son. Medical examiners discovered a lifeless corpse of a 2-year-old boy inside his crib. They determined the cause of his death was fatal starvation. Medical personnel determined the 2-year-old boy had been dead for at least a month. Sierra Zaytona was a Twitch streamer who became obsessed with streaming to the point of extreme child neglect. Authorities were furious to find a lifeless baby in her care. Meanwhile, she was crying hysterically, trying to deflect the blame onto the baby's father. One police officer directly told her, "This is your fault, because for a child to die of starvation, she had to have ignored the baby's cries." Zaytona's whole demeanor was performative, as she was trying to position herself as a victim. Authorities asked her when was the last time she saw her baby alive. She responded saying, "I saw him the day before and he was really thin." Her 2 other children were still in the house along with the deceased corpse. It's unclear if she was hyper-fixated on live streaming or preoccupied with some other activity. Police continued questioning her about the incident when she responded by saying, "I've been grinding and taking care of my family. I even bought us a new car." She wept to police, telling them, "How could I give up the life I imagined?" She's only sorry because her life is over, not because she let her 2-year-old son starve to death while she was live streaming. The father arrived on scene without much emotion or sympathy for the situation. Eventually, both parents were taken into custody, then charged with murder and second-degree child abuse. In early 2025, they were sentenced to at least 30 years in prison for their blatant disregard for human life. Every famous live streamer was reacting to this crazy story because of how graphic the contents were. This was a far-off, extremely rare case, but live streamers getting involved with law enforcement is very common. Recently, live streamer Clavicular has been charged with 2 felonies in Scottsdale, Arizona. Before that, he live streamed himself allegedly running over a crazy fan after a party in Miami.
Is he dead?
I don't know.
Hopefully.
Clavicular took the internet by storm in late 2025 with his looks maxing crusade, preaching to his young audience, the better looking you are, the more successful you will become. I made a video about this, the psychology of a looks maxer, check it out. Clavicular's live streams often involve heavy drug use, underage drinking, and picking up girls off the street. Clavicular is 19 years old and manages to sneak his way into nightclubs to film content. Clav, along with other Red Pill live streamers, made headline news after singing Kanye's Hell song in a Miami nightclub. Because of this, he was banned from every nightclub in Miami, which is why he went to Scottsdale, Arizona to film content. On February 7th of this year, police arrested Clav for using a fake ID and being in possession of booger sugar. He had been clubbing the night before, using his fake ID to enter nightclubs. Law enforcement was tracking his every move because they were watching his live stream. They knew what he was doing and caught him in the act. His preliminary hearing was interesting because the judge labeled him a flight risk. The conditions of his release prohibit him from drinking, doing drugs, and leaving the state of Arizona until his case is resolved. What did he expect to happen? He's live streaming himself committing crimes, giving the police a reason to arrest him. Take for example the countless live streamers who've been arrested, beat up, and crashed out for views. Fusi2 broadcasting his manic episodes for views is a cycle that keeps repeating itself. This is how he stays relevant. Has a manic episode, gets arrested, gets fat and depressed, then has a motivational transformation journey, rinse and repeat. Unlike Fusi, who at least tries to be positive, Johnny Somali is a vile live streamer who advocates for negativity everywhere he goes.
You're gonna come up to me, bro, why are you being racist to other people in other countries? For money! For clout!
I've said it many times. I don't give a I have no morals. I'm a sociopath. I don't give a Put this in your next YouTube documentary. I don't give a
He went to Japan and harassed the locals by riding on a train screaming Nagasaki and Hiroshima, reigniting old World War II beefs to get a reaction out of passengers. He was later found by a group of angry Japanese locals who decided to teach Johnny a lesson. Japan is a country that values respect, public decency, and non-confrontational behavior. If for him to get beat up in Japan means he was really asking for it. Not only that, in 2025, Johnny's South Korean legal case just got worse. He pleaded guilty to 6 of the 8 charges brought against him, which included obstruction of business and 2 violations of the country's Minor Crimes Act. He is still fighting 2 serious charges related to the creation and distribution of sexually explicit deepfake videos of Korean female streamers. The potential sentences for these charges could be severe, with each obstruction of business count carrying a maximum 5-year sentence and the deepfake charges carrying a potential of 10.5 years each. Johnny could face up to 20 years for his guilty pleas alone, and more than 30 years if convicted on all charges. Before he was arrested, Johnny was taunting locals, daring them to swing at him if they had a problem.
South Korean niggas is weak as So what do you want to talk about? Swing or not? Like,
swing on it. Swing on it right now.
A few moments later.
I
Again, YouTube, this is for educational purposes only.
Come on! Yo, you need it, dude, come on!
Wow, I was swing on him right now.
Johnny was beaten up multiple times before finally being arrested by Korean authorities. He has been in custody since October of 2024. Unlike Vitaly, who was recently released from prison for also disturbing the peace in a foreign country, in spring of 2025, Vitaly decided to go to the Philippines not as a tourist but as a terrorist. He was live streaming himself harassing the locals, playing games with law enforcement, and disturbing shop owners.
What happens behind the scenes when you're interacting with people here and you're messing around with them? I know it's a joke to you, but for the people here, they work hard, bro.
I don't want to have a conversation with you, bro.
That's fair. You don't want to have a conversation with reality. You
want to have a conversation with reality? What have you done in your life that's positive, bro? What have you done?
A lot.
Well, show me proof.
I'm not a lol cow online with people.
Oh, so you came to press me, yeah?
No, I came to have a genuine conversation.
What are you gonna do?
What am I gonna do?
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell your viewers that you guys are better than this. You don't have to watch people with others and putting them down. You need to lift people up for a living.
And what do I do? You haven't watched all my
I have
vlogs?
watched your streams and you're a piece of shit. And I came here to say that to everybody. You're a literal piece of shit.
Perfect, amazing. Jesus loves you too. Let's
Have a
go.
good one. Stay safe.
Don't f***ing touch me before I knock you the f*** out.
You're not gonna knock me out.
Oh yeah? What are you gonna do?
I guarantee you're not gonna knock me out.
Yo, back off.
Yeah.
So you're harassing me
I'm
now.
calling you out for being a piece of shit.
Okay, I am a piece of shit. Congratulations.
Come here and you locals.
Okay, what are you gonna do about it?
I'm not gonna do nothing.
So stop
know what
following
the
me.
universe is gonna do.
When he was arrested, Vitaly went viral for getting what he deserved. Filipino authorities charged him with 3 counts of disturbing the peace, theft, and a cybercrime since he was live streaming his rampage. He was facing 20 years but was released after 290 days in prison. Vitaly went on Aiden Ross's livestream to explain what had happened. Vitaly described his living conditions as extremely cruel, inhumane, and dangerous. He spent his prison sentence watching live streamers and reading comments about his arrest. Aiden's livestream turned into a circus after letting more people in the room. The comments on this video are hilariously accurate. Scum of the internet in one room. This was the driest stream I've ever seen. He should have just had Vitaly alone. The other people are lame. He doesn't accept that he messed up. He hasn't changed. 5 people in one room and not one soul present. No remorse. Doesn't take accountability. 0 lessons learned. Wild. Another streamer who doesn't take any responsibility for his actions is Jack Daughtry. This influencer is known for harassing people and hiding behind his security guards like a little girl. He was also responsible for scamming his fans by promoting his bogus crypto coin to make a quick buck. Not only that, he almost killed himself and his passenger after reading chat messages while driving his supercar. Instead of turning off the camera to make sure his friend was okay, he recorded the whole situation knowing he was gonna be a viral headline. Recently, he was banned from the PGA Golf Tour for disturbing players during his livestream. He paid a random dude $100 to scream at golfers while they tee off.
He's about to yell jackass to the golfer for $100, so. Jackass! Yeah. I didn't do anything. Dude, I didn't even say anything and I'm getting kicked out.
Event supervisors pulled him to the side to ask him a few questions.
If you come back here again before this tournament's over, you'll be arrested. And then you'll go through that whole process.
Sure.
In addition to that, I'm trespassing you from all future PGA Tour tournaments. If you show up at a PGA Tour tournament again, you'll be arrested. Do you understand that?
Forever? For life?
For the foreseeable future, until you and I can work this out.
How do we work this out then? Because I love golf, you know, I don't want to be banned forever. So how about we find a positive way out of this too, so it's not just a negative result?
We're done with this discussion.
All right, cool, then we're done. I'll leave. I don't care. Thank you so much. I'll take my ID back. Thank you, sir.
See you when I'm done.
I'm done. Thank you.
When we're done.
All right, cool.
You can have it back. Do you have any questions?
I don't. Thank you, sir. I'll take my ID.
Okay.
Thank you. It's cool. Yeah, thanks. All right, goodbye. Mr. Steve, just so you know, nobody my age gives a f about golf besides me. All right, I don't give a f that I can't go to a boring golfing event for the rest of my life.
His snobby attitude makes him an extremely unlikable person. What's the point of having millions of dollars if nobody likes you? Before this incident, Jack was arrested a few months prior in Miami after a heated confrontation with law enforcement. He was given several warnings to leave the scene but was more interested in promoting a gambling app to his viewers. Which brings me to my next point. Live streamers who promote gambling to their young fans. This does more harm than good. Big name live streamers like Togi, Aiden Ross, and XQC are notorious gamblers who are sponsored by major gambling sites like Stake. 9 times out of 10, these streamers are reimbursed for their losses, never actually gambling, except for Togi, who actually lost his entire net worth in one night. Aside from Togi, most streamers who promote gambling sites are paid to do so. Even if they lose money, the website will compensate them to keep streamers on the site. They're telling their young fans, who are most likely teenagers and young kids, to become degenerate gamblers because it's cool. Children introduced to harmless gambling by age 12 are 4 times more likely to engage in problem gambling later in life. Kind of how Chuck E. Cheese and Dave & Buster's have those ticket games. They're like, pull the lever, get 1,000 tickets. Yeah. The live streamers do the same thing, except they're promoting online gambling to young kids. They're making millions of dollars while all their fans lose money. How is that fair? This is just a tip of the iceberg. Every day there's a new up and coming streamer who's going to do something more crazy to up the next guy. The world of live streaming has created a toxic ecosystem of soulless human beings doing whatever it takes to hold our attention. Despicable, stupid, and pointless is how I would describe watching these live streamers. Not all live streamers are bad, because there's some really good ones with good hearts, like that one guy who rejected accepting donations during the COVID pandemic. He just wanted people to hold on to their money, help their families. He was just doing his thing, carving some wood, making some art, doing it for the love of it. He wasn't being degenerate, he wasn't annoying people, he wasn't asking for money, he was just spreading good positive vibes, which is what we need to do these days. So I'll see you in the next one. Hey, lady.